the talking and general noise making to a minimum. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so we're just going to be reminding you guys of some of the spirit days that are happening this week.
Tomorrow is tie-dye day. There will be bubbles and chalk in the commons at lunch.
And then Wednesday is pajama day, so just come in your pajamas.
And Thursday is music day, so just a reminder, dress as your favorite genre of music. And at lunch in the commons, there will be freeze dance for it cries. Thank you.
And then also, this is for JSA. On Wednesday, we're going to be having a meeting, G-Day at lunch. We're going to be talking a little bit about Fall State, and then we'll probably have time to do a debate. So you guys should come. Roommate.
In preparation for the play, we need ushers. If you're interested at all, please meet us at the flagpole after break. If you can't meet, contact me or Adela. Thanks.
Okay, if you even remotely think you are in yearbook, there's a meeting today at lunch. Please be there. And also, field hockey, remember, ask your teachers. You have to get out of class at 1 o'clock so that we can go to our game at Greenfield.
So water polo has its last two home games this week, tomorrow and Thursday. Both are at Catalina, both are at 6 o'clock. Please come support us for the end of our season.
Also, water polo boys, meet Connor and I in the quad today at lunch so we can talk about coaches' gifts and the end of the year party. Connor. One day.
Volunteer, the farmer's market has a lot of extra produce, so we'll be selling some of it in the commons at lunch today.
Quiz bowl today, room 3, and I promise that we're not going to do a bunch of obscure Russian literature. Okay, we probably are, but it's going to be fun, and we need a bunch more people. So, room 3.
So everyone, thank you everyone that helped out at Fall Fair. Also, this Wednesday, after school in room 6, from, well, I guess 2:45 to 5. Anyone that's going to Smunker Lyceum, hopefully you guys are all writing position papers. And I will be in there, and there'll be others in there, and we can all help each other write position papers. So if you just come for a few hours, then you don't have to think about any of this for like a month. Thank you.
Hi everyone, we're here to announce the arrival of the new club, Ukulele Club. So if you're interested at all, come today at lunch in the music room. Real quick info. Hope to see you all there.
Has anyone ever lost their temper? Has anyone ever heard the saying, don't sweat the small stuff? Today, I want to talk about not sweating the small stuff. Because in my life, I have learned that when we get lost in the details, sometimes we forget about the big picture. It was the day after Christmas of 2013. And on this day is when the boys and girls of all ages stay inside to test and to play with their new gifts to see if they pass inspection. Mostly, I had received new electronic gear, but among those things was a new tennis racket. My dad knew that I was not planning on being physically active that day, but he also knew I would not pass up a chance to beat him in a tennis match. So, off we went to the athletic club on a cold, misty morning. Once we arrived, we approached the front desk and were assigned to court 7. We then exited the building and strolled to the courts. When we arrived at our court, my dad said we should just start playing without a warm-up so we could get home faster. Okay. My dad served first. And my dad served first. I tried to hit the ball right, but the wind blew it far left and out of bounds. I screamed, "You gotta be kidding me." Then, my dad set the score, 15-love, and served again. This time I hit the ball straight down the middle, but I hit it too hard and the ball flew out of bounds. Similar events occurred for the rest of the game until I could not take it any longer. So, in a frustrated fit, I slammed my new tennis racket on the ground. My dad looked at me puzzled and told me it was just a game. I looked at my tennis racket, which now had a large crack running down the frame, and I informed my dad. He said we should stop playing, but I could taste victory, so we continued. My dad served one more time, and just as I hit the ball right in the middle of my racket, I heard a loud crack, and then the sound of metal hitting the ground. The frame of my racket had snapped in half, and the head of my racket had fallen to the ground, leaving only the racket handle in my hand. The world grayed out as I stood there, staring at my racket hilt, and tears came to my eyes. I was so upset, my dad had to carry me off the course, and we drove home. That day, I forgot about the big stuff, the stuff that matters. The fact that I had some precious alone time with my dad on Christmas morning. The fact that these moments in life are few and far between. The fact that nothing is more important than family. And the fact that we take out our aggressions on those that we love. Sure, I can be upset that I hit a ball out, but in the end, it's not worth becoming over-absorbed by that one tiny moment. So, I can now say, don't sweat the small stuff. Thank you.
Now, why am I here? Okay. Number one, if you are a sophomore or junior, it's PSATs on Wednesday at 7:30 in the gym. We'll be checking you in, so please do not forget to bring your IDs with you. And on the same day, fresh persons will be doing the CWRA with Mr. Raymond. I think you have your schedule. Next Sunday, I'm still planning to do the AIM walk, if anyone is interested, walk for mental health. You can sign up outside my office on the board if you're interested. And there are still 2 slots available in the January 28th self-defense class for women. So if you are interested in doing that, please let me know. You come by and talk to me or drop me an email. Thanks.
Well, thanks everybody for coming to Fall Fair. Thought it was fun. I got a few people to thank because it's a big effort, team effort, and there were a lot of parents involved. A lot of you. We'll start with Maria Rasmussen for the excellent job she did in the book sale and her team of volunteers. Cindy Schroeder and her team who handled the sales of the tickets and all the accounting. Joseph Free and all the student council. Great job, you guys. Ms. Williston. Kevin Barnard in particular for handling the Fall Fair music or the film festival, which you guys started. And then, of course, the business office for all their additional work, which is yet to begin. We appreciate you. And Ms. Seneco, Ms. Sturkey, Dr. Hannah. Dr. Hannah was everywhere Saturday. Thank you. Senior Soto, Mr. B, Vince, Rizzo. I think you all know our maintenance guy now, but he works. He must have been exhausted at the end of that day. In fact, I saw Mr. Sanchez came to the event, and he was standing around going, I'm just enjoying all the work that I'm not doing right now. And it's so true. So thank you, Vince. That was really heroic of you. Ms. Keese, Ms. Sherry, Max, thank you. That was really cool. The DJing was an excellent part of the event. Andre and all the performers, piano was really nice. I'm sorry we couldn't always hear you, but it was still good to have it. All those who donated produce and supplies for the booths. I want to congratulate the junior class on an excellent farmers market. They made over $1,000, which will go to worthy causes. In fact, Every year I give an award to the booth, and it's kind of subjective, but it's just something that strikes me. And this year, the farmers market, Megan and Michael and your crew, you did an excellent job. So I'll hand this to you. If you split it among the 11th graders, you'll each get a sip of a latte or something. Thanks to everybody who came to the event. It continues to be a great tradition. The Film Fest Grand Prize will be awarded next week. We need to kind of get some stuff together. I will announce later, probably next week when all the profits have been tallied. I'll make an announcement. I'll put up your profits and how you claim them. So don't be bothering the people in the business office until they have a little time to tally that up. Thanks again. I'll see you next year. Thank you.
As some of the fall sports are winding down, if you're on a current fall sport and are not planning on being on a winter sport, you may want to be thinking about signing up for a health and fitness, and we'll be talking with you about that. But suppose you're on the tennis team currently, or suppose you play tennis and you just happen to break your racket. Maybe you'd be interested in coming to a dance health and fitness. We're going to have a different teacher this year who's skilled in dance ranging from modern to tap to ballet technique. If you are interested, whether you're in a sport right now, whether you're doing another current health and fitness, would you come see me so that I can get an idea of how many students might want to be doing dance and what days you may want to be doing dance on? Thank you. That, of course, will start after the musical has finished. Yes.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to say a few words about the testing going on Wednesday, because it's a particularly busy day and it's a slightly different schedule for most of us. So, as Ms. Sherry mentioned, sophomores and juniors will be in the gymnasium early, and so for those of us who might have a free period, first, second, or third, and you might be around Fenton Terrace or over by the faculty room or the theater, please be respectful of that testing center by keeping noise down in that area. And then the 9th graders will be in the day hall computer lab and the library computer lab, some of you in the morning and some of you in the afternoon. So both computer labs will be closed for the day. And if you would like to come into the library and study quietly, you are welcome to do so. But we will ask you to leave if you're not studying quietly. If you're in the day hall area and you're around that computer lab, please be respectful of that space as well. And finally, I just wanted to say a little something about why we take these tests at York School. We don't take very many standardized tests like some of your friends might be doing at public or district schools in the area, but these are important tests for us, the ones that we take this Wednesday. For sophomores, it's a practice to then sit the PSAT as juniors, and the junior PSAT is really the preliminary or practice SAT, so that you get some valuable feedback for when you want to sit the SAT later in the spring of your junior year or fall of your senior year. And for 9th graders, that CWRA is a way that York gets some really important benchmark data about how you think and how you write, so that we can use that to best teach you in the next few years and compare that to how you perform in your senior year. So it's a big day, and when we do things at York, we do it right. We have a tradition of academic excellence, and I know that all of you taking tests on Wednesday will put your best foot forward and do your best, and thank you in advance for doing that.
Health and Fitness, meet Mr. Daniel outside.
Because class.